Good morning, children. Today we are going to start the part 2 of lesson 2. The topic is income and other goals. Now let us start the video. Income. It is the most important thing that people want to lead their livelihood. Yes or no, children? Yes. Income is a very important source. So, in each and every family, father or the mother do the work and they earns the income for the family and for the livelihood of the family members. And besides all these things, the people also needs some sort of other important things like equal treatment. Equal treatment for all. No difference between rich and poor in treatment. Next one, freedom. Freedom must be there for all the sections of people. Security. They needs a secured life and respect for all. In the society, when we are leading the life, we think that we should have a respectable position in the society. So, they resent discrimination. What is the meaning of resent? Oppose. They oppose the discrimination. There should not be any sort of discrimination between the people. In society till today, we see the racial and caste discrimination. That should be opposed first of all. And all these goals are very important in the society. If all these goals are achieved, then it leads to the proper development. Money is important, but the things which cannot be measured is also important. Money means here income. Money is important because we say money makes many things, but not everything. Along with that, we need some of the things which we discussed in the above points also, like equal treatment, freedom, security, and respect, and also should oppose the discrimination. All these things are important. We can't buy all these things with money. Is it, our children? Treatment, okay, if a lot of money is there, we can get it, but what about the remaining things? So each and every person won't have the money like the rich person in the society. So money can't make everything. So there are some other things which cannot be measured in money also. You can see one picture here. Here, three people are there. The first person, reliable pension. He is old age and so he is getting some pension. The woman, she is a farm laborer and so she is thinking about the equal wages. So, and the third one, working near family. So, the person is doing some job and he is working near to the family itself. Once we'll compare all the three things. Reliable pension. The person, he is not a government job holder, and so like normally government what it is giving the old age pensions and all that will be given to him, but is it sufficient for the whole month for a person? What the amount the government is giving, it's not at all sufficient. And but the person who has done the government job and all, after retirement they'll get the other pensions, and that is more than the pension what this person is getting. And the woman we can see in the picture here, she is also working along with the men in the farmland, but this woman will get lot of less wages compared to men. So what she is asking, she is asking for equal wages along with the men. And see the third picture, working near family. This is the main important thing for income. For source of income, people may go out of their villages or the cities or towns. Means they go out of their family life. They go somewhere else for doing the jobs and all. Example I am giving here. If you get a job in far off place, you would try to consider many factors apart from income. Yes or no? Yes. In another case, a job may give you less pay but may offer regular employment. In other job, however, may offer high pay but no job security and also leave no time for your family. So once think the two cases. So first above case is there. First here we are discussing about three important cases. In the first one, you got a job in far away place, but you should consider some sort of factors here, whether I should go to this far place or not, leaving my family. In the other case, a job may give you less pay but may offer regular employment. So it is less pay only, but regular employment. No need of seeing again for the other job. But if you continue that job in future, you may get the high peaks in the salary also. In another job, however, may offer high pay, but there is no job security, and also leave no time for your family. You can't spend any sort of time with your family. So once think that which job you people will choose. This would reduce your sense of security and freedom. Similarly, for development, people look at a mix of goals. So, maximum people will think in the same way. Okay, when we did not go out of the village or city, we can't grow up, and we don't know about the society where we are living. It is good only, but along with that we should give some sort of time to our family also. That is very important. I hope that many of you will choose that second one. That is, will have a less pay, but even though you'll be staying along with your family, and you can spend all the time with your family also. That is a better option, and this also leads to the development. It is true that women are engaged in paid work. Yes or no, children? Can you give any example? Can you guess any example by yourself? Like engaged in paid work. So, as the teachers, we are also working. So, we are also paid. So, this is also one sort of work. And family income and dignity increases. When women are working, then automatically their dignity also increases, and will get the respect in the society. Sharing of housework. When example, take your mother and father. When mother is also a job holder, automatically father also helps her in the household activities, and even you children also will help her. So this is the sharing of housework, and greater acceptance of women working outside. So nowadays women are going outside and they are working, but compared to olden days, now it is better. But in olden days, women were not at all sent out, and when when the women are going outside nowadays, there is some sort of development in the scenario of women compared to olden days. Need safe and secure environment. This is very important nowadays. We say that development is going on, but where in the sense of women nowadays also, when they are going out and working, they did not have any security in the society, because day to day we are listening to different types of things which are happening in the society also. Hence, the development goals that people have are not only about better income, but also about other important things in life, like what we discussed before: security and also respect. All these things also will important, not only the income. How to compare different countries? We are discussing about income here. So, how the countries will be compared depending upon the income. So, usually we'll take the characteristics for a people to compare. So, example, A and B. Two people are here. We compare these two people. How we'll compare them? Depending upon their characteristics. This man is so and so, and this man is so. Like this, we'll compare. But how we'll compare the countries? Let us see that. For comparing the countries, their income is considered to be one of the most important attributes. So, income will be taken for the countries to compare whether the country is a rich country, middle income country, or low income country. So, which countries are called high income countries and which countries are called low income countries? Now, we'll see that. Countries with higher income are more developed than other less income. So, greater income is considered to be the important goal. To compare these countries, we use average income. What is average income? Average income is nothing but the per capita income. What is per capita income? Income of a single individual of a country. What is it? Income of a single individual in a country is called per capita income or average income. So, this is the criteria which is used by the World Bank. What is the criteria? Per capita income. It is the criteria used by the World Bank to classify the countries. How it classifies? Which are called high income countries. Countries with per capita income of US dollars 12,600 and above per annum is called high income countries. This is according to 2012 uh, department resources has given this. So World Bank has created all these things. The countries whose annual per capita income is more than 12,600 US dollars, then the country is called as a high income country. And low income country, if the per capita income is less than 1035 US dollars, then the country is called as low income country. And in between, if it is there, the country is called middle income country. Once if you see the example here, so let us consider two countries A and B. So if you see country A, it is monthly salary of the citizens is given here. If you see country A, five persons are given there. First person 9,500, second person 10,500, third person 9,800, fourth person 10,000, and fifth person 10,200. And country B, if you see, four persons together they have only 500, 500, 500, 500, and fifth person he have 48,000 as a income. Can you take that which country is a developed country? And if I ask you which country you will choose to live, which country you will say, children? Approximately almost everyone will say country A. Why? Because in country B there is no equality for the people. So there is lot of discrimination. See that how the fifth person got 48,000 and all the remaining four people are getting very less income. It is not the proper development at all. Next picture, if you see this, country with no rich and no poor, and country with rich and poor. So no rich, no poor, all are equal. So they made the things for themselves and they are using it. But if you see the second one, country with rich and poor, what they are doing? The person who is rich is occupying more things compared to the poor people. So automatically rich are enjoying the status in the society, but poor completely they are becoming poorer and poorer. So this is the assignment for you children. What is the criteria used by World Bank to classify countries, and which countries are called high income and low income countries? I hope that everyone understand this video children, and we'll continue the remaining part in next video. Thank you.